And welcome into the April 2nd edition of The Company. Yeah, I got it right that time. So I got Jonathan down here, shadow boxing or something, doing something.
I don't know.
And Rich down here. Sosa should join us later, but we'll see how that works. What's going on, guys? How's everything going? How was your weekend? What's new with you?
I'm tired.
Yeah, likewise, but I'm making it.
Yeah. All right, so let's dive on into it now. April Fool's was yesterday, and we did notice the usual Facebook status messages, the fake news stories that popped up. Did anything that you guys saw strike a nerve or kind of get you or almost get you or had you thinking?
The one that I saw was Redbox. They were saying they were doing like either promotion or something that was like you could watch an entire movie from the Redbox box. They called it Redbox Theater.
What? You serious?
Wait a minute. No, wait.
Holy
You can watch a movie from like the box that sits outside the stores?
That was their April Fool's little spill. The other one that I saw was
Walgreens.
Yeah, so I mean, what was funny is that some people, that would be an awesome idea, and I'm like, what?
Stand outside for 2 hours.
Hold on a second, I got 30 more minutes left.
Yeah, exactly. Your snacks are right inside. You gotta pay for everything.
I'm taking stuff out one that.
You stupid.
The other one I saw the usual.
Go ahead.
Outkast and Dungeon Family coming out with a new album and it's going to be released. Blah blah blah. I really wish y'all would stop doing that because you're tugging at heartstrings.
Yeah,
you have no idea how long we've been waiting for another Outkast album, and April Fool's not making it any better.
They need to do that on April Fool's when they announce it.
They need to just release it.
Yeah.
Now, I do watch a show called I don't know if y'all watch it. I watch a show called Rick and Morty.
Mm-hmm.
And everybody thought that a new episode of that was supposed to be an April Fool's joke, but they really did come out with a new episode for April on April 1st.
Wow.
So that was decent. But I'm not a big fan of the April Fool's jokes because I don't like people lying to me, to be honest with you. Don't lie to me.
The other one I saw was Amazon. I think it was like someone posted like one where Amazon made a turret, like Alexa was a turret for your house's security system.
Oh Lord.
It was a what?
Like a machine gun, like an automated machine gun.
Oh
yeah.
My God.
That was that one, and then I think it was like I think Hostess put a picture of like a Chipotle sausage Twinkie.
What?
Yeah,
I would have clicked right by. I'm like, okay. Oh, that was a joke. Okay.
Yeah,
but surprisingly, man, some people they fall for it every year. It's like don't believe anything that you see on April 1st. I mean, if it's still around on April 2nd, then yeah, it was true.
Only thing I saw was Leon Lott or Richland County posted a thing they'll no longer be on Live PD in Columbia, and then they said April Fool's later. People were like going crazy too. That's the only thing I saw.
Yeah, they're not gonna give that.
People love Live PD around here, bro.
I do like the show. I'm not going. I like the show.
I don't watch it that much.
I don't watch it either.
Where's the link?
Only one, the recent one I saw is when when I was out of town, I watched it. When Old Boy had crashed in Malfunction Junction. I'm like, how are you going to do that on a Friday night?
Oh, that's
yeah, trying to run away from the cops. Idiot. How on Malfunction Junction, the worst place in Columbia, if not the state to crash in on a Friday night?
It's probably the state, right? Worst place.
Yeah, that's why I took it back. I said the state because it's like two major interstates intersecting with the worst interchange ever. Because if the road is too crowded, you honestly got to keep looping back around.
Right.
Oh, that's crazy. That's crazy. Oh well, I'm just glad it's over. Now I did want to ask y'all if y'all saw any of these Easter egg hunts that people are doing now?
No.
or lack thereof.
Okay, well, let's talk about how it was when we were little. Okay,
all right.
We go out and do these Easter egg hunts, and I saw the same kind of Easter egg hunt on several videos, so I'm not singling anybody out. But when we were young, you'd either go to grandmother's house or you go to the church, and you'd have the Easter egg hunts out there, and you would see nothing. Like you had to actually
hunt,
look for Easter eggs. Okay, and you had no help. So you're like this little 4 or 5-year-old kid in the woods with nobody around you by yourself looking for eggs. Whether it was a real egg or a snake egg, put it in the basket.
Oh God, no! It was
the candy
was real life.
Yeah.
But I've seen several videos now from different churches where they're taking the eggs and scattering them on the ground in front of the kids.
What kind of shit is that?
I have no. It's like there's no challenge. There's no hunt. It's just here you go, and
trophy.
Just get it. Now the one I did know about. I think you hunted for not even a hunt. You picked the eggs up, gathered all the eggs, put the eggs in your basket. There was nothing in the eggs. It was just the empty.
Oh no!
Just the empty egg things, and then you would give all the eggs back at the end, and then they'd give you a bag of candy.
Nope.
I'm the type of kid that doesn't like middlemen. Like, why can't I just come to you? You give me the bag of candy, and I stop all this running around for no reason with all these kids.
Gotta burn the calories, man.
Exactly. Do you think things like that? Because this does kind of connect to the whole everybody gets a trophy, don't make things too hard for kids. Is this another part of softening the kids up?
Yes.
You think so?
Yeah.
Yes.
There's no question about that. There was a game that was being played in the competition factor when you go out and hunt for eggs, whereas it's like, why even do it? Like, I mean, I saw this one video, and you were talking about a church scattering them. I saw like this one video where a church actually had a helicopter and just rained eggs.
You mean like a drone or a helicopter?
No, an actual helicopter.
Now, is that the one where the Easter Bunny skydove to? Or was this something different?
I didn't see that.
Okay,
but I heard about this one where it was they actually rented a helicopter and flew it over this open field, and they just let eggs rain.
Now, see, okay. So here's what was with that. At least you don't know where the eggs are. It's technically still a hunt.
It's an open field, though. It is an open field. There is no hunt.
I hadn't seen that. Now I did see them do the Easter Bunny guy jumped out of the helicopter airplane and like skydove in, and I was just thinking this can go so wrong.
Yeah, that
and ruin these kids for life if you see the Easter Bunny drop the terminal velocity and put a dent in the I was just like, please don't ever do that again, because that's going to be a story on Easter how the Easter Bunny died. And it's not going to be pretty. And technically, I mean, and to be honest with you, I don't want to die in the Easter Bunny costume.
Oh, wow.
That's like a terrible way to go out. I mean, ugh.
Yeah, that's horrible. But you know, in talking about the way things used to be, the way things were, those were the days.
Those were the days.
I'm turning 37 next Sunday.
Oh, I thought you about to stop at 30. I'm like, what?
Bruh. I feel old, and everything that I remember is just moving further and further away.
Man, you know what? it's funny is because, you know, I'm seeing people are like, oh man, this person's turning 42. And I'm like, oh man, they getting old. And I'm like,
yeah, you knocking on that door, bro.
Too far behind.
Yeah, man. 36 this year. Well, last week of the year, but still.
Yeah, so I mean, it's just one of those things where everything that you're familiar with and everything that you want to go back and talk about is just old now.
We were this weekend. I had my niece with me, and have you ever seen the movie Sing? Have either of you seen the movie Sing or know of? All right, so it's literally in the background playing, and I'm like half trying to sleep because she's been on 15 out of 10 the entire weekend. And she's singing the songs from this movie. And I'm thinking to myself, this is just one giant cover of like multiple songs. Like there's this one song, I forgot who the character is, but the guy who played Eggsy in the Kingsman movies is playing like he's like a gorilla that sings or whatever. And he's singing I'm Still Standing. And I'm like, that's the song by Elton John. This 6-year-old child is singing it. And like, she has no point of reference of where that song actually yeah. And I was just like, I'm listening to, like, she's singing these songs that are like 20, 30, almost in some cases, maybe even 40 years old. And it's just like, geez.
Well, I guess that's just like a way that the media or, because the media grows up with us. I don't think they switch people. I think it's the same people that were making movies and TV shows and commercials when we were younger that are still doing it. So I think it's a way to make everything still relevant and try to carry things over. Because to be honest with you, we old.
Well, I mean, and I think part of that also deals with the fact that I think that in a lot of cases, these media companies or whatever are creatively bankrupt because nothing is really nothing's really. Let's be real. I think the last, because I saw, and the reason why I think this topic kind of sparked me is because I saw Ready Player One, last week, and which I thought was good. It's not the greatest movie of all time, but I thought it was good. And the references are thrown in like from the 80s. It's like, a nostalgia trip. And I would say that in and of itself is fun. But it just reminds me of how like there really aren't very many original ideas anymore.
No.
What was it? Like I'm watching a movie and I'm like, I'm thinking about all these things that came up, like, Battletoads, Transformers, Voltron, Mask, Knight Rider, like these random things, right? And nobody, no one really takes any risk or anything that like moves anything forward that's different. I mean, the only thing that I think that maybe even trying to do that nowadays is Netflix.
Yeah.
well, let me go down a short list of movies that are being remade because they're creatively bankrupt. Nightmare on Elm Street, Little Shop of Horrors, Scarface, The Crow, Flash Gordon, Police Academy, Beauty and the Beast.
Wow, Police Academy?
Yeah, they're just remaking things because there's nothing else to do.
But at the flip side, why are all these good shows going to Netflix, even Hulu, even Amazon? And like some of these things can be developed in the movies, I'm not gonna lie. Or something. I don't know.
Movies, I don't think it's because it's a drop in a bucket. Because movies are like a one-time thing.
I don't think every movie has to be a spectacle. That's what I'm kind of annoyed with Hollywood. Like we talked about 2013 a couple shows back, and it's like a lot of those movies weren't all supposed to be spectacle. They were just good movies that came out that did well.
Right.
Now it's like everything has to be this, that. Not even gonna get into Kevin Hart string of movies. I don't watch any of them, unfortunately.
I don't like Kevin Hart. I'm a Kevin Hart.
I don't do the Jurassic Park. I didn't do what is it? Not Baywatch. What's the other one? I watched, but I wasn't a fan of. The one the other one with him and The Rock.
Central Intelligence.
Not a fan. Not a fan.
I was about to say Jurassic Park. Kevin Hart went in Jurassic Park. You're talking
not Jurassic Park, Jumanji.
Yeah,
Jumanji, which is another franchise.
That actually could have went to Netflix. To be honest with you.
Yeah. Did you see it?
Yeah,
I heard it made a lot of money though.
Yeah, it did. It did. It was up there with Black Panther for a while.
The Rock, racially ambiguous.
It's got The Rock and Kevin Hart in it. I mean, it's
racially ambiguous and the funny black guy. They've been doing that forever. Well, that's a funny black guy, sidekick.
That's a formula that's never going to die.
Yeah, that's a trope.
You got black people that are willing to tap dance beside somebody who's probably a racial majority, beside him.
Did that start with Richard Pryor? Maybe. I mean, on that road.
Well, I believe with that they did. Richard Pryor was such a monster. Hollywood couldn't make him take.
They had to put
fiddle to
somebody
anybody.
That was a good actor next to him, like a real good actor, and they honestly became equals, like Gene Wilder. Like,
I was about to say Gene Wilder was the example. Yeah.
He never played second fiddle in his movie.
Oh no, he didn't. I'm just saying the thing. Let's go grab this, funny black guy and throw him in a movie. But it's like they were so good, they just kept doing movies together.
Yeah. So I mean, it really started along with like maybe early '90s when they started doing stuff like that. Maybe Chris Tucker.
Well, you had Eddie Murphy with like all those strings of movies in the '80s. Beverly Hills Cop.
Even then, Eddie Murphy was still in the show.
Yeah, that's true. Because when you say and all those other people,
When if you go around and you say name,
Nick Nolte,
and that was gonna be my point. If you go around and say, "Hey, name some Eddie Murphy movies," they're gonna say 48 Hours and all that stuff. If you say name some Nick Nolte movies, Blue Chips, I don't know that.
hey, I used to watch the heck out of Blue Chip. Had Shaq. Don't act like you didn't watch that. Yeah, you're right.
I mean, they give him that movie. They give Eddie Murphy that movie because he was one of those guys you couldn't get to play the co-star. He was never a co-star.
That's true.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know, man. Like it's weird seeing all the stuff that you grew up with as a child. It's like it's come back. And like a complete, it's not a bad thing. Like I'm not like upset about it because whenever people say like they're killing your childhood and all this, like I don't even think it's like that. It's like give me something new. Like I don't necessarily need to see the same thing over and over and over again to try to
but you never knew the story before the movie you saw, so we gotta make the
prequel. Oh yes.
And then after we do the prequel, up until the movie you know about, we're gonna do branch off movies.
Why are you talking about Star Wars like that?
I said, bro, like if George Lucas did not prove, if he didn't prove that concept would have worked, we would not have prequels today.
Yeah.
So and then the prequels, and then in all of itself, the prequels are pretty much nobody. Let me not say nobody likes those, and I think they get a bad. I think the third one gets a bad rap because I think that's the only one that I would say is competent.
Is that the one with Jar Jar Binks?
No, that's the first one. That's the first
one. That came on earlier this week, and that movie was horrible. That actually should have stopped everything else after that.
Phantom Menace?
The Phantom Menace, yeah. That
we're not doing these anymore.
I remember in '99 when I went and saw that movie, man. It was like because I was like 14, 15 years old at that time. It was like, oh man.
No. Yeah, 15.
So like 15-year-old me was like, oh, they got lightsabers and they're doing flips. Awesome. And now I go back, it's like, yo, I actually thought I liked this movie. What was I thinking?
Yeah, that was bad. Well, I mean, that goes with anything that you used to like as a kid that you'll watch now. Like you can't watch half of the stuff you used to watch and sit there and think it was an amazing movie anymore.
I still watch the Goonies every time it comes on.
Well, yeah, the Goonies was great.
That comes on all the time to this day.
But you're not gonna sit there and watch like The Labyrinth again and take it seriously.
What about like Never Ending Story? No.
Don't you say nothing about Never Ending Story. That
what about Flight of the Navigator?
What's that?
I did like that. What do you mean? Well, you never seen Flight of the Navigator?
You gotta explain. Let me look it up.
Oh man,
this Flight of the Navigator
with the dude in the silver spaceship and the little robot was in him that talked like Pee Wee Herman.
What was
He's
like, nope.
I ain't never seen no shit like that.
You're like Pee Wee Herman. Pee Wee Herman in the movie.
Oh well, yeah.
When he talked, he's it was the same voice. But what about Mac and Me? Do you remember that one?
That was horrible, and I do remember that.
It was.
That was a bad movie.
Oh man, it's like whatever.
Shame on whoever made that movie.
Dude, wait, hold on.
You looking at the preview?
I would have to see this movie to be triggered, but no, it don't ring a bell now. Oh, Sarah Jessica Parker was in this.
I mean, don't worry about it. It's nothing to watch. I
That
mean,
was her nose is like the same size.
you're so terrible.
She was never cute to me.
I'm trying to think of stuff. What are things that actually like? Okay, so y'all mentioned the Goonies. What are some movies that are actually to this day, like you watched as a kid and legitimately can say that are actually still
Batman 1.
First one is good.
Yeah. Back to
It's
the
like
Future
one of the
still holds
few
up.
that you accept, like what the special
universe
effects
did.
and things look
Mhm.
like. Yeah, Back to the Future is awesome. I'll watch all of them now, and it doesn't look horrible.
You know what? And that's another thing, man. It's like the third movie. I think people, shit on that one, but I think
all of them are good. The third one when it came out like 89, 90?
90, yeah. The third one is the one that got like the worst rap, but I think as an
It's
adult I
not
appreciate it
bad.
more. Yeah.
Two to me is convoluted, even though people think. To me, it is.
I honestly, 2 is like the most ridiculous of all.
2 is like a remix of the first one. I don't think people understand.
Yeah.
To me, it felt that way.
I don't know them apart. That's why I'm sitting here quiet. I did sit.
The third one is the Wild West. How you don't remember that?
I know I did binge watch all 3 of them like
Gotcha.
last year,
I got
but
it.
I still can't tell which is which.
Well, because the second movie pretty much
The second one is
the
like
first
he's
movie.
almost like going back and seeing what happened in the first. That's what it felt like.
Yeah, that's exactly because that's exactly what happened in the second movie.
Yeah.
Didn't at one point he almost like had sex with his mama or something?
That was in the first movie, which is actually why Disney actually. Well, I mean, Disney actually like had a chance to buy the script for that movie, and he turned it down because of that scene. Disney in 2018 would have been like, "Sign me up."
You haven't visited.
Oh well, did you see Disney's Power move today?
What's that?
They bought the WWE.
Stop fucking lying, dude.
They bought the what?
They bought the WWE.
No, they didn't. Shut the fuck up.
Yeah, $5.9 billion.
So says no filter.
Yeah,
Why we don't see him?
they bought WWE.
Yo, fucking Dennis fucked me up, man.
You swole up?
Okay.
And my mouth hurt.
Oh,
The hell?
No homo.
Thank you.
Sosa got fangs like 3-6.
Oh, he said the dentist. I thought he said Dennis. I'm like, Dennis. My bad. I paused.
But yeah, that was a big power move.
Brian's
What
full
we're
of
talking
shit.
about? What?
You knew there was an April Fool's joke.
No, it wasn't. It's April 2nd. That came out today.
They said it's a rumor, but they said the rumors are real. So
Yeah.
So I got a question.
if these
Will Vince
rumors are
McMahon
real,
get
I
that shit?
apologize.
Yeah, Vince McMahon got $5.8 billion.
Holy fuck.
Yeah.
Tell Marcus to shut the fuck up.
No, it's April Fool's. I'm reading it now.
Is it April Fool's?
Mm-hmm.
See, you're a dickhead.
I never heard of it till
It came
now.
out
I just
today.
nah, bruh.
Disney about to be the evil empire.
No, they already are the evil empire.
Yeah, they are.
It's like, nah.
I was about to say they overpaid if they gave it $5 billion.
Yeah, because I mean, Star Wars was 4.
Yeah, ain't no way WWE did that.
And they got ILM on top of that. Nah, man.
So you sitting in the dark?
Nah, he said he got his camera off. Or, I guess.
No, I'm sitting in the dark.
Okay.
That-
DMX.
Frank,
Man, I don't know.
remember, it takes 2 muscles to fat.
Nope.
Okay.
Not touching that one.
Yep.
Then don't.
What we're talking about, Sosa, is just nostalgia kicking us in the ass and seeing things that we used to like that might not be as dope as it was when we were little. Like, I don't think any of the cartoons are good anymore. I mean,
So-
No, they're not.
They're
They're not.
Man, that we used to watch. That shit's
They were-
horrible.
They were literally
I'm so tired of
22-minute
Marcus.
commercials. Like,
What?
that's what.
So I was in Best Buy the other day and I saw Dark Crystal. Have y'all ever seen that movie?
That movie's
I haven't
amazing.
seen
We
it,
were
but-
just talking about yeah, Dark Crystal's amazing.
I can't imagine watching it right now though.
You should. You need to.
You-
owe
You
yourself
think
that.
so? You don't think it would be just like, oh,
You
this
gotta-
shit is
There's some
garbage
shit
now.
that you got to understand if you have that same emotion that you did when you were little. Because there were certain things that happened in movies where you were like, you either got
Right.
choked up or you got excited about. Like in the Dark Crystal at the end when they were saying, "If you ever need us,"
This one-
You gotta know if that's as sad as it was when you seen it the first time.
I'm trying to
anything.
I'm gonna fuck Marcus up when I see him. I promise you I am.
I ain't paying him no attention right now.
Anyway,
I'm trying to think. Like,
But that's what I'm saying.
So let's go to G.I. Joe.
Yeah.
G.I. Joe the cartoon, the 87 cartoon.
Okay.
All right, but the cartoon or the movie?
No. The cartoon in 87.
Just the cartoon.
No. The movie. The movie that came out in the theaters.
Okay, that's what I was asking. Okay,
Triz Ash. It had a Wayans in it. Cut it out.
No, man, not that. Not the live action.
I thought you fast forwarded to it. Yeah, I remember.
Because you had Serpentor in that movie.
I mean, looking back, that shit was dope, and the Transformer movie was dope. But I can't imagine watching it now.
Really? Every time somebody says something about a Transformer movie, I think of a little kid sitting on Optimus' shoulder. What was that? The animated movie?
All right, so that was like when the show went into syndication. They had like this little, they had this little segment that they threw on in front of it that had this kid talking to Optimus Prime. Like, I think it was like Timmy or Tommy or whatever his name.
How do you remember that, Brian?
Dude, it's Transformers.
No, Brian, how did he remember like that? I don't remember nothing like that.
Yeah, it's just some things you see as a kid that kind of stick in your head.
Did Transformers come on USA? Am I remember that right?
I can't remember. I think
WGN.
Once in the they did come on WGN, but then also once the show went into syndication, like several years later, then it came on. I believe it came on USA.
I got you.
The 87, all right. So you were talking about I've watched the Transformers movie a couple of times because since I go to like these Transformer conventions every once in a while.
Mm-hmm.
I've watched the Transformers movie, the 86 movie that everybody's like, oh, this is the best Transformers movie ever. And I'm like, I mean, it's all right. I mean, but they kill off the entire cast in the first 30 minutes of the movie. So it's just kind of like, if you're saying that somebody killed your childhood, I mean, they kind of did that.
You make sure we can't bring this shit back ever again.
They did it because they want to like sell more toys. So they like wiped out the whole 84 product line and put the 86 product line as the front of the movie. So they killed Optimus Prime in that movie. So it's like, I mean, I'll honestly say like the moment that I would say in my childhood that still like has an effect now is probably the death of Optimus Prime. That's still probably like the one where I'd be like, watching as a kid, I was like, man, I cried. And then watching as an adult, it's still like, man, that sucks. Like, I'm not gonna lie, like Optimus Prime's death in the 86 movie still probably like from an animated perspective is still like it's still like it's sad because like the live action movies have not hit that level of characterization yet.
Michael Bay bitch ass.
Yeah, man, it's
I like Michael Bay. I don't like what Michael Bay did in Transformers, but I like The Rock. And I like
The Rock is funny.
You talking about
and I like
Con Air.
Huh?
Oh, I'm sorry. Wait, you're talking about The Rock as in the movie?
Yeah, the movie The Rock. Yeah, the movie.
Right.
Oh no, The Rock.
Yeah,
no, The Rock is actually a good movie.
It's one of my favorite movies. The Rock. It is. Didn't he do Bad Boys?
He did.
Yeah,
Con Air.
Bad Boys, Con Air. All that was shot amazingly well. It was beautiful. It made everything.
He should be a director of cinematography, not director of a movie.
Mm-hmm.
Like you should just be in charge of making. Because I mean, he did. Because his background is because like the milk ad. Talking about nostalgia. The milk ad with Alan Burr or Aaron Burr, whatever.
Yeah. Aaron Burr.
Aaron Burr. Department of Treasury.
That was actually his ad. Like that was his one of his director credits for like probably one of the most famous milk ads ever.
Yeah.
So he's not like bad at what he does, but
he's like Little X made a try to make a motion picture.
Oh shit, I forgot about Little X. Throwback.
Little X the one making that Pimp movie, isn't he?
I hope not. Direct. Well, is it director? Because his name is Director X, right?
Yeah.
That's creditor.
Yeah, he don't call himself Little X no more. I don't
Yeah, I'm not watching that. We didn't need that. That's a movie we didn't need right now.
That's see, Hollywood is creatively bankrupt, man. Because I saw that we went and I took Arlene to go see Acrimony, and that was one of the movies that was on the trailer for. That was the trailer for that movie, and yeah, man, no, there was no chance I'm going to go see that movie. Because I mean, Future's doing the soundtrack of it, and I was like, y'all are gonna completely. It's was it Superfly? It's like y'all are gonna completely destroy
the momentum.
They should have like Raphael Sadiq or somebody.
Now, here's the thing: those movies, Superfly and all Foxy Brown, we knew those movies were bad when we watched them. They were supposed to be bad. They're not supposed to be taken.
Like Black Dynamite, that's exactly.
They were not supposed to be taken seriously as something that needed to be recreated. Because essentially what you're doing is you're recreating a bad movie, and you can't make it better than the original.
Correct.
I mean, you can.
You're not supposed to. Don't make. You can. All right, you can't make a comedy. You can't turn a comedy into a drama. It won't translate. No.
Hey.
Well.
All right, so here, all right, so if you want to get technical, a comedy technically, like from a literary standpoint, is anytime you have a story where the hero triumphs, like that could be considered a comedy, and from a literary standpoint. So I mean, you can do that. It's just that we treat comedy as like laughing for 2.5 hours.
Yeah, we're not talking about like Shakespeare comedy. We're talking about comedy as in I'm laughing. This is funny. Somebody make an ass of themselves.
I mean, could it be done? Yes. But should it be done? In most cases, no. Because at that point, you've changed so much, so far, you've gone so far away from the source material, you may as well just make another movie and title it something else. Like Netflix, what did they do recently? They released the, you remember the cartoon reboot from years ago?
Yeah, it's horrible to watch now. Wasn't it a good name like Hard Drive or something like that?
Hexadecimal and I forgot what the other character.
What was the dog's name?
What are y'all talking about?
What was the dog's name?
I forgot the dog's name.
Yeah, I remember that. That's when they first started messing around with computer animation.
It was horrible if you watch it. Now that's a perfect example of something that's trash now.
It is dated to it is dated as all get out. But Netflix just recently they're like doing another version of that show that's a continuation of it.
No. How can you continue something like that?
Because they honestly thought that nostalgia is going to keep people interested in it. And it's like
Matrix. It was the name of the diner, sorry.
It's
well, like, Netflix does that all the time. They did that with Voltron.
But Voltron was actually okay, though.
Yeah, it was pretty good. But, that's one of the things that they tried to bring back. So nostalgia, I think they were trying to bring us back to Netflix instead of turn it into like a kids forum. Yeah. Because we're the ones paying for it. It's now our age. It's now the 30 and 40-year-old people that are paying for the entertainment who watched these cartoons back in the day, who have something to reboot. When we were young, and there was nothing to reboot. Our parents are 30 and 40. There was nothing to reboot except racist Bugs Bunny cartoons.
They rebooted Flintstones a bunch of times and all that trash. They did Scooby-Doo.
Yeah. I was never a Scooby-Doo fan.
It's just like Jetsons they put back out in the late 80s, but it didn't do well.
I don't like it. The Hanna-Barbera stuff I really didn't care for.
Hey, I was a big Scooby-Doo fan. I ain't gonna lie to you.
What was the cartoon with the guy that had like the rhinoceros that shot the rocks out his head?
What?
And he had that little blob. It was a little blob thing with him too, named Boo or some shit.
Sorry, I've been looking at these reboot names and they're horrible.
It was a Hanna-Barbera cartoon. I'm gonna Google it. Hold on.
Yeah, we don't know.
The only thing
that was racist.
The only thing that Hanna-Barbera cartoons actually, I will say that I give them credit for is that they made Adult Swim into what it is.
Yeah, it started because Cartoon Network came about because it bought like the Hanna-Barbera stuff. It all started off of Hanna-Barbera. That's what Ted Turner bought. Yeah,
and then you had that. Then you had like Space Ghost, Coast to Coast, and all that other stuff.
Space Ghost. Dude, I used to watch the hell out of Johnny Quest when Cartoon Network came about.
Yeah, that's past my era.
Tom and Jerry.
Sorry,
Super
sir.
Squirrel, Frankenstein,
Oh,
Space
this is
Ghost,
not to throw y'all off
Shazam,
subject while he
Gremlins.
looking. Why are they
The
showing
Herculoids. The Herculoids.
Oh, I remember that.
I remember, yeah.
Why are they
Briefly,
showing
that
the
was-
MEAC bowling championships on ESPNU?
Because we're at that
Because-
odd spot in the
Because-
year where
MEAC?
everything's ending.
You know what a MEAC is, right?
Yeah.
Yes, I'm aware of me.
Oh yeah, you're from Orangeburg. But I'm
say, yeah.
so confused right now.
Yeah, but we're at that odd spot in the year where there's really nothing else to watch on sports.
Oh
The
my
basketball
God.
final is tonight, isn't it? The college basketball
Yeah,
finals.
just be happy Duke
Oh,
lacrosse
is it?
team ain't raping
Shit, I
nobody.
forgot. I wasn't interested this year, but sorry, threw y'all off. I forgot. Let me turn to it and look at the side of my face. No, that's not tonight. It's tomorrow. I don't see it on.
All right, fellas.
You gone?
Yeah, man.
Oh, it's on TNT. Sorry.
Thanks for joining us.
All right.
Sosa, buddy.
All right, so
Hey, I'll catch y'all tomorrow, though.
yeah,
All
man.
right.
Have a
Wanna
good
go-
evening.
Poke my head in. Hey, Marcus, go fuck yourself.
Whoa, wow.
Oh, shit.
Fuck my head. That's funny.
Wow.
All right, fellas.
All right,
All
man.
right. Dude, I forgot about that game. Oh, Villanova's up by 7. Okay.
Is it Villanova and Loyola?
No, Loyola lost. They
Oh, man.
it's Michigan and
I wanted that.
I want Michigan to win just for the
Mhm.
Fab Five so they can feel good about themselves.
But I mean, I don't know. We'll just sit back and watch them recreate all our shit and destroy it. I think that's all they're trying to do.
It's like,
Did you like
know,
this?
we're going to see like a 10th version. Like what we're on Spider-Man reboot number 2 now. So I guess
Yeah.
we're gonna see another 5 if they can't get this right. Maybe
Dude. They won't stop doing Ninja Turtle cartoons.
bro. That
Dude,
was
I never noticed that because I don't watch cartoon channels as much. But like, I was around my second cousin. She was watching cartoons. I'm like, they rebooted everything from our
Yeah.
childhood. I had
Yeah.
no clue. Like
They-
Chipmunks too.
The latest Ninja Turtle cartoon that
Mhm.
they're coming out with looks ridiculous. Absolutely
Like,
ridiculous. And it almost made me mad when I was watching the preview. Like, what the hell are
I
you
don't
doing, my child?
care. Hey, you know what? That's the thing about it, man. I don't really care. I think that's the thing for me. Again, I think that's the thing that bothers me the most about it. It's not like you can reboot something and that's fine, but I think if you're radically going to change the source material at that level, you may as well just create something new.
Yeah.
And then, you could have switched it from Ninja Turtles to like Toads or alligators.
No. Well, yeah. Well, that'd have been Battle Frogs
Oh, it's Battletoads.
or Battle
Yeah.
Toads.
Yeah.
Battletoads.
Which
But you
were
see,
in-
they tried to change the whole storyline with Ninja Turtles when they came back out with the movie. And they were going to make them aliens and all this stuff, but somebody caught wind of it, and the public, which means that the public does have power over the media. I'm sad we used it for a cartoon, but the public made them change the entire storyline the last minute.
Well,
They
that
were
was-
going to completely destroy that movie.
That was gonna be because that was the same thing that they did with Shredder. Because if you watch that first live action Turtles movie, not the 80s one, but the 90s
the newer
one,
one, yeah.
the newer one, it's like you can tell like Shredder was like the guy who's playing him, the Japanese guy who's playing him. It's like it's like you can tell that they intercut him into scenes. It's not like
you mean for James Avery?
Yeah, because James Avery was supposed to be Shredder. Well, not James Avery. Is his name James Avery?
Yeah.
Yeah, his name. He was supposed to be Shredder,
Uncle
and he
Phil.
was supposed to be from. No. I'm talking about the movie that they did.
Oh, I don't know about that. Gotcha.
Yeah,
Sorry.
the white guy in the movie was supposed to be Shredder.
Oh,
Yeah.
my bad.
that was the initial story. But yeah, that was how it was going to be, and you can tell that was exactly where they were going with it. But then they were like, "Oh, well, and it's like then they turned Shredder into this hired help.
Who was like had no point for like the first hour in the movie.
Yeah,
'cause
man.
It was like they just picked them up and dropped them in the movie. It's like, here you go. No background, no reason
see,
why.
I've never seen that movie. Got you. My bad.
Yeah,
I thought you were talking about the TV show.
Yeah, the first one was crap. I actually thought the second one was okay.
Ninja
That was all right.
Rap?
Now they didn't do Ninja Rap though. They didn't. They
not not that one.
They didn't.
The one they did a few years ago.
Oh, I'm just I'm just trolling. I'm just messing around.
You don't like Ninja Turtles. You ain't know.
I did when I was a kid. I grew out of too much stuff fast. Sorry.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. But like I said, we'll just sit back and watch them destroy everything, and then we'll do podcasts and complain about it.
I mean, well, we can watch the media destroy everything because it looks like they're cloning everything that they say nowadays.
Oh man, that was amazing. That was so beautiful, and I was just like,
no, those people caught that quick.
I almost shed a tear watching that. Like, ooh, we caught y'all lying. Oh,
and you know, for the public, you know, for y'all to get understanding what we're talking about, Sinclair Media apparently owns a bunch of local television stations now. Mm-hmm. So what happened is they started requiring apparently some of the anchors of these stations to do these scripted, you know, I guess ads that basically were saying how the mainstream media is promoting fake news stories and blah, 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 whatever. But what happened is that people started cutting and pasting and then not superimposing, but linking all of the video together. So then what you can see is pretty much sounding like a chorus of people saying the exact same script.
Oh yeah,
so from several different demographics. I mean, it's mind blowing.
You almost it was so amazing, and I've been calling it amazing since I seen it. You almost didn't want to believe it was happening,
right?
You know, you don't want to know that you're being lied to. You want to assume, and then you want people to prove you wrong, and you want to live a happy life.
They're trying to program you.
But when you see it happening, you know, it's wow.
It's like y'all could have at least said, hey, can y'all do can every other station from each region do a find and replace of a few words?
Mm-hmm. Exactly. You give somebody an outline and you say, you know, this is what we want you to say. Use your creative team to say this, but find a way to say it.
Right.
But the way people are, it's like reported, like they said in Anchorman, if you put it on the teleprompter, I'm going to read it. So they sent it in an email and they read it word for word.
Which, you know what, kudos to all of them because it's like they all read it at pretty much the same cadence.
Yes.
So it's like, so that makes it even more alarming. It's like these are robots that we're watching on
it TV. Was almost like there were exact instructions on the paper. We want you to read this. We want you to be solemn, and we want it to be 45 seconds.
Mm-hmm.
So they all practiced behind the scenes.
They all practiced, and then didn't realize that the internet is a thing, and we can actually watch news from other places.
I wonder who figured it out. I'm like, I want to know who was sitting there. Like, wait a minute, I just heard this on, and then just start gathering up all these these broadcasts.
I think BuzzFeed was one of the first places that reported it. Was one of, and then of course CNN and everybody else started throwing it around, and it's like it just honestly doesn't look good, especially when you can have your political ideals and whatever, and whatever your alignment is, that's fine. But when you actually see that a private corporation is literally trying to engineer your thought at that level, come on.
And like I said, it's one of those things we almost all want to just be conspiracy theories and somebody tell us we're crazy. And like
this
I said,
didn't help.
But to prove that your nut job, right wing, left wing conspiracies are true.
Yeah.
Like, holy shit, what else y'all lying about?
Yeah.
Let's figure it out.
And why you got these anchors feeding into this foolishness?
Some of them, man,
the credibility of the newscast right now, and then it's like local news. The people who are actually
they're not just Fox News now or YouTube. It's right in your town.
Yeah, these are the people that are supposed to be going to the grocery store with you and knowing what's going on in your town and giving you the broadcast unbiased.
Dude.
No, not
Speaking
taking right or
yeah.
left. Supposed to be giving you what's down the middle.
We
And
know
now
that.
you know all of them are leaning.
Dude, that's just like when I'm at the gym. Like I'll be on like on a treadmill, like the Stairmaster, and you see somebody staring at the TV and Fox News is on, and you see them getting triggered, and I'm like, I just want to knock you off this thing because you believe in that bullshit. Oh my god!
And that's something too. I've been meaning to ask you if
What you about to ask real quick before you say what you about to say?
Who, me?
Yeah, you said this mine. What?
Does your gym play Fox News?
Yes. They
Mine
play all
does
of them.
too.
They play CNN, Fox News, and MSNBC.
Every gym I've been to has Fox News on the TV.
That's it?
Yeah.
Oh no,
Wait.
mine
It'd be
plays
like Fox News and Sports Center and something random.
no, mine will play ESPN, SEC Network, the local stations, and then like the three major cable news networks. So it's like 9 to 10 TVs up on the wall.
Okay.
Yeah, mine does. Yeah. Mine does. See, and what I find, this is the thing, but I think it's all about placement too, because it's like CNN. But
that's in the cardio area. In the weightlifting area, it's only sports, though. I've noticed that.
Yeah, CNN is on like the TV on the extreme left of the what you call it,
extreme left.
Yeah,
that should be MSNBC.
Yeah, and then you got like a couple of the sports stations kind of in the middle, but like Fox is like in the dead center.
And Fox and CNN are like the closest to center in mine.
Yeah, no, they got CNN.
MSNBC is like all the way to the right, and I always be watching it.
Yeah. Seeing is all. I mean, you know what? And to be honest, man, I think it is kind of cool when I go in the gym and look and see what how their tone is different between each of the different stations, because then you kind of just get an idea what the pulse is of how things work.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I guess. But that was amazing, though. I love it. Every time something comes out, I love it, because what's going to happen is now you get to watch and listen to them make excuses for it.
Mm-hmm.
Or come up with a reason that makes no sense.
Because there's no way they can back out of this one. Like it's like it's
when's been the follow up to that? Have there been any follow up from them? I haven't read any.
I'll put it this way: it's better for them not to say anything than to say something. Because if they say anything, it's like, well, the only thing they could say is that we were instructed to do this, but then it's like that puts those anchors, at risk.
I'm trying to remember where I first heard of Sinclair Media. Was it on like Last Show Tonight or?
Oh yeah, last week tonight. Yeah,
last week tonight. I think they talked about it, and then I started hearing, and then I saw this. I'm like, whoa, it's worse than I thought.
Yeah, man. Yeah, they ain't playing no games, man.
Yeah, they didn't address it. They just asked Trump to tweet something, so we look at it. Look at him now. Didn't he fire somebody today?
Yeah. No, it's yesterday.
Shumpert or there's no business on earth that can survive all that stuff, and we're supposed to believe that everything's fine. This is like the funniest shit ever.
Mm-hmm.
Like nobody can fire darn near everyone. Well, where are these? Who's doing the work?
Yeah, there's like zero institutional knowledge in their presidency.
No work happening.
Exactly.
Abracadabra, nigga.
Yeah, y'all ain't had no intention on doing any work, but it is what it is.
Yeah, well, that was special. So now we just kind of got to sit back. I keep saying that, but I keep saying now we just sit back. But it's going to be funny because the next couple of days are going to be all these other stories to go against.
You're gonna have it's gonna be that you're gonna have a whole bunch of conspiracy theorists on YouTube all of a sudden start creating channels about the deep state and all this other stuff, and it's like I mean I'm sure there are machinations of things that are happening that we cannot explain and are probably thrown out there, but everything being a conspiracy, doubt it. This is just straight up like, I don't want to say this is a conspiracy. This is just straight up wrong and stupid on their part.
Now it's like I said. I mean, these are local news people,
right? Yeah, like what you gonna do?
You can't watch when you can't take any more Fox News and you can't take any more CNN and CNBC. You're supposed to be able to turn to your local news and feel comfortable because these people will not lie to you.
Oh no, they lie too. It's like I'm better off like watching Alex Jones.
You better off watching shit. You better off watching Comedy Central and watching John Oliver and all these guys give the news.
Oh yeah, that's true.
Alex Jones is such a clown. Oh my god, he is a clown. If there's a coon of coons, he would be it.
I am the coon of coons.
Yeah, that's Alex Jones.
It is what it is. I don't care anymore. I mean, you can't even care anymore.
I think that's the unfortunate side effect from all this is that we're gonna go through, we're gonna see all of these things happen, and then we're gonna be so apathetic about the process and what we should care about, to where it's like, whatever happens will happen, and then then we'll have more crazy people actually get elected again. So it's unfortunate.
Whatever.
So I mean,
kind of just want to get headlines from news now without any story.
Most people don't even read anything beyond the headlines, because there have been so many times where I've seen people post things on Facebook, or a news station will post something on Facebook, and like you can literally tell that the person did not even click the article, and was like, and they formed an opinion about an entire piece, and yet it's like, well, if you read the article, it says that this person did X, and which is why this was the outcome. And then if you go back to them, then they'll like call you a libtard or something stupid. And
that's what they're doing now, is they're putting out these headlines literally just to trigger people. They don't even click on it. That's what they're doing right now. And they might have substantial things inside, but that's all they're going for.
Yeah, but it's dumb. Speaking of, so I know we talked about gyms and stuff, and things we should care about. Are there things like are there things in the gym, right, that just make you upset? Or like things that, it's not like something that's like I'm going to stop going to the gym because of this, but it's things that people do that you're just like,
oh yeah, I
why?
know those.
All right,
shit. How long you got?
You ain't lying. I know I got those.
I think the one. All right, so this is, and for me, this is the one that's like it's just a pet peeve, and I'm like, why do you do this? It's like whenever you're in the locker room, and it's like, why is it that old dudes feel that they can just walk around naked?
Bruh.
Dude, it's like
I change at work because of this, because I don't want to deal with them, so I can just walk in, put my bag in, and get out, and they'll sit there and chill.
But I'm glad, like the gym I go to, and I'm glad that they did this. They built the locker room to where when you go in, it's the lockers where nobody should be naked.
It's still do it.
A hallway where nobody should be naked, and when you turn left, no, when you turn right, it's the toilets where nobody should be naked. The naked part is the naked part is to the left where the showers are. That's where you're naked and the shit in.
Nah, man.
Thank you.
Nah, that's what it should. Nah,
my
man.
Thing
it's
is like, okay, I get it. It's a locker room. There could be some nudity, but my thing is, dry off where you at, walk with your towel to your locker. If you got to drop it there, I get it. Cool. But put your drawers on quickly, sir. I don't need to be sitting behind you with your ass facing me or your dick out. I'm sorry, bro.
Oh,
I'm sorry. I literally change at work for the gym because it annoys me, bro.
Yeah, I don't like shower at the gym.
No, I don't shower.
Nasty. First of all, people are nasty.
Yeah, I go home.
Yeah, for some reason, people want to do everything that you're not supposed to do in public.
Do they brush their teeth and like shave at your gym too?
Yes,
I see that, and it's like, are you homeless? I'm not trying to be funny, but I'm like, I do all that before I come here, or did you were at your girl house or something? I get confused in the morning. I see all that.
Yeah, I've seen someone literally shave. Like, I mean, brushing your teeth is kind of like.
I've seen both of those constantly. Only when I go in the morning, and I normally go in the morning, like maybe on Thursdays.
It's like, is this your house?
Yeah, bro. The most I do in the bathroom is I clean out my my blender bottle in the bathroom. If I had pre-workout in it,
that's something that you bring to the gym that you need and that you use. You're not growing a 5 o'clock shadow when you walk from the time you walk in the gym to the time you walk out.
Hey.
Yeah, that's horrible. I got a few. I mean, I hate when people are just like grouped up talking. And like I understand if you want. I understand going to somebody and be like, "Hey, how you do this? What's your opinion to doing this?" But when you're having prolonged conversations in the gym, and like I'm working my ass off, it's almost like I'm at work and nobody else is working.
Yeah, yeah.
You know, so things like that I can't stand. Or when you try to talk to me and I clearly got headphones on. Apparently, I need to get the big studio headphones that they can
Dude,
see.
I ain't gonna lie. I'm very close to getting those because with my earbuds in, like, they'd be like, I'm like, what are you doing? Like, you using that? I'm like 10 feet away. How am I using that? Why are you talking to me right now?
Yeah.
That's all right. So speaking of that, that's another one that annoys me is whenever someone's like, they're doing a superset and they're like, oh man, I'm using that. And I'm like,
no,
wait,
no. I'm sorry about your superset.
You on the leg press 20 feet away, and this is the squat rack.
My thing is, your superset should be a dumbbell and a bar or something, or a dumbbell and a plate. It should not be a machine and then it's machine way over there. Nope, that's not how it works.
I'm guilty of that. I'm sorry.
Are you
sometimes you work out. I know. It's like I'm that guy that will have something to do with 2 dumbbells, and then he got to go like to the pec deck. So I leave the dumbbells on the bench so nobody moves my shit. At that point, until I finish my sets, that bench belongs to me.
See, I did that with shoulders. No, I did with shoulders, but I use the bar and then I use the plate. But other than that, that's it. But they're right in front of each other.
Yeah, so I can't say that's a pet peeve because it's me. Sorry. I do hate
you're that guy.
I do hate when somebody like beast on a bench, like they beast and they doing their thing and they get up and they just leave it without wiping it off.
Ooh, yeah.
I don't want to wipe your shit off. That's nasty.
You ain't lying. You ain't lying. Even though it's like a guy that walks around and cleans it, but that's the point. There's a bunch of those things that you can wipe it off with. So get out, please. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Well, you try not to be a dick in the gym, but it happens.
I'm trying to think of some others, man. I hit the main one. That's the one that always.
For me, I can never get on the leg press machine or the squat machine. Like everybody lives on those things lately.
See,
like, there's like a combination between squat and the leg press because I don't really do regular squats, but like 6 of them. And the other day, dog, I struggled to get on one.
Jeez. Well, see, I think you know what? It's because leg press is easy. Like you can put a ton of plates on there, and like they'll be like, let's say for instance, they'll be doing like a 30-degree range of motion. Like it's like their legs just pop off just a little bit, and then they spring it back up. But they have a whole bunch of weight on there, so it makes it look like they're doing a whole lot.
Yeah, for that you got to put on like for me, I go to like 420. I ain't really trying to go past that. I ain't trying to walk around with freaking Jamal Anderson Dirty Bird thighs.
My problem is with leg workouts. I do leg workouts. I do them, but I'm not as strong.
I ain't fucking leg
as other people. The thing is, when I'm doing like leg presses, my legs shake, and when my legs shake, the machine shakes, and when the machine shakes, everybody hears it. It's like I'm pressing, and all you hear is so. I gotta take my headphones out because it's making noise and people looking, and I don't know what's making noise. So I do work legs, but I stay away from certain machines because I know until I get my legs where they need to be, it's going to be embarrassing for me to do it.
All right, what would you say is the most overused machine? Let me not say overused. What's the machine you see most people not use right?
Oh, not used right?
I see people invent things with the
cable cross.
The cable cross stuff.
I see a lot of weird stuff with that. I'm trying to think. It's got to be something I see a lot. There's got to be something. For me, it's like the lat pull down, like when you're on with the one with the plates where you just pull the bar down. I see that a lot. Yeah. Like people be rocking back and forth like they're in the rocking chair. I'm like, no.
I don't understand that.
Yeah. I'm like, you're just using momentum, and you're going to pull something. I get scared for them when I watch them do that.
It's just people that do CrossFit and they just decide to go to a regular gym.
Got you. Because it's like, I'm like, what are you doing? I could do that.
72 M reps on on my wad.
What?
Wait, what?
Nah. CrossFit people. It's CrossFit.
Yeah,
I'm trying to
yeah.
think.
I know.
There's other stuff. Yeah.
I think whenever I see people, I'll admit I'm not good at pull-ups now, but when I see folks doing like kipping pull-ups, that just
What pull-ups?
me. Kipping, like basically, imagine a fish out of water, and then take that fish, rotate it vertically, and then put a pull-up bar where the fish's mouth is. That is
that's the thing. When you gotta kick all out and try to get.
I know what you mean. That's momentum. Why would I do that?
Because it's easier.
Because you got to do 32 and 20 seconds on your wad.
But how about I just isolate my muscle and not do as many, and I'll be good?
Nah, man, because it doesn't look because
it doesn't look as good.
Yeah, I guess.
I don't care to do stuff till failure. That's good. That's why I know I'm ripping my muscle. That's good.
That's scary when you got 70-pound barbells over your head and your arms say, nope, not no more.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. The only exercise I don't do to failure is bench. Like everything else I kind of do. Because bench, like I'm almost at the point where I'm thinking about just not doing bench at all, like doing dumbbells instead, because my fear of death, because I work out by myself, my fear of dying from the bar coming down, just like, I don't think I want to do this.
I don't press by myself. I don't. So that's why I have to do other versions. I don't press by myself. So
the bench, free bench, not the Smith bench.
The
bench is where if you work out and you know what you're doing and you like working out, that's where you really have to identify where you are.
Right.
Yeah, you don't need to need to explore at that point. No.
That I've never pushed myself to the point of I can't get this off unless somebody's there that I know can bench it themselves. I don't want a spotter who can't bench what I'm trying to lift. First of all, because I'm a die.
You don't want me around.
So I mean, you just have to. That's one of those things where you really, really, really have to know what your limits are, because that's probably one of the most dangerous machines or pieces of equipment in the gym.
I'd have to agree, because I mean, even I've never actually had this happen, but doing squats, like if you're about to lose it, you just let that sucker roll off your back.
Yeah.
And then I hear that a lot. Like when I'm doing like bicep curls with the bar, I always hear that. I'll be like, "Oh, I ain't mad at that. I ain't mad at that at all."
Yeah, but you got to think, what can't you live with if you drop something? So when you're on the bench, there is nothing around here and up that you can't live with. You need everything. You need all this: his lungs, neck, and face. You need all that shit to live a comfortable life. And I don't want to drop that bar on any of that.
Nah, man. Yeah, that is the one, because I'll be doing I'm doing like 6 to 8 reps and I'm trying to go heavier, but man, it's like I hit 7 and it's like, can I go one more? If I have to ask that question, it's like, nope.
If you with somebody, I say push through it. If you by yourself,
and you'll see it. You'll see it every time you go in the gym at the right moment, and there's some guy in there that's by himself, and he's seeing somebody else bench something. He said, "I should at least be that close."
My thing is just get on a chest fly machine and call it a day. Because I ain't gonna front. You could isolate that. It just be burning the hell out of me.
Or stop listening to people. Go ahead and get on the Smith machine. It's fine. You know it's not as heavy as the regular bar. You're aware of that.
You can't use Smith machine.
What's the Smith machine?
That's the one with the attached bar.
Yeah.
When the bar is attached to it and you just slide it up and down.
Yeah, I see a lot of people use that. Because they slide a thing. I don't like that.
Yeah.
The thing is, I don't want exactly a straight up motion. That would feel weird.
Yeah, but you at least got little stoppers. So just in case your arms say fuck you, something else stopping that bar.
I got you. Man, they got the machine where you sit down and push. That's fucking no game either.
Yeah.
Those shits hurt.
There are ways to get your workout without risking your life.
Yeah, you can do a lot of chest workouts. I know a lot of people who honestly are big. They say they don't bench like that. They use
a lot of
weights.
people. Actually, man, a lot of people have like my brother. He doesn't. He told me he doesn't bench anymore because you know, it damages. I think he said he has some damage in the shoulder.
Mm-hmm.
Well, what happens? A lot of people, they go down way too far because they try to get that bar to their chest, and their arms go below that 90-degree mark. And then what happens is it just makes their shoulder. It just pulls that shoulder back, and then
then you have to go grind back through it. Yeah,
right. Yeah. So a lot of people said they just don't do bench.
Well, see, my thing is I got a trick shoulder. It happened in a sports injury in high school. So sometimes, and it's not every time I'm benching, but every now and then when I have a weight up, my shoulder says, "Hey, I want to come out," so it pops out while you have the weight up. And then it pops right back in. So I avoid a lot of that heavy bench.
Your shoulder,
that shit hurts, and it doesn't stop hurting when the arm goes back in.
Your shoulder sound like when Kevin Hart was doing that skit about when women are wearing high heels,
yeah,
and they're like, "Wop wop."
That's exactly what my arm does. It's like, you gotta, wop wop. And it pops back in, and you don't want to scream in the gym, so you just kind of, that just happened.
Yeah,
Michigan, they butt whip. They down by 18, bro.
Michigan,
yeah. I totally forgot about this game, but yeah, y'all right. Oh my god, I do see some weird stuff in the gym, but normally I just try to turn my head. I don't want to make them feel bad.
I want to talk about the guy that comes to the gym in the flip flops, but I don't know how popular this podcast is going to be, and he might catch wind
and throw a plate at you,
and I don't want to have to like wait until he's not at the gym to go work out.
The guy with the flip flops, please explain.
You got Gucci
this real big dude. This real big dude comes to the gym and he works out in flip flops.
I mean,
like beach flip flops.
Hey, do whatever works, man. They shoes, technically, I guess.
No, there's nothing that you should be doing in the flip flops in the gym.
Nothing except for taking a shower.
See, there you go. There you go. You got one. You got a shower shoes, man.
Has anybody ever told y'all that when you are doing like squats and everything, that it's good to wear like All Stars?
Yes, because the surface of the shoe is flat. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
No.
Yep. Yeah. And I used to see a lot of people wearing All Stars in the gym, and I was like, that can't be good for your arches, blah, blah, blah. I don't know shit. I know what I do. But I've heard that All Stars are good for the gym.
Yeah, they are. Because it's a very flat surface, and that's as close to natural ground as you'll get.
Mm-hmm. No, that makes sense. Because at the point you would strain or everything's not balanced for you at that point.
Yeah, I got a set of. I mean, I almost got, because there's an outlet mall here. I almost got a set of All Stars, but I just didn't really. I don't know, man. It's like All Stars look big on my feet, so I
know they look like Bobo, not Bobo. Those are the clown shoes on me.
So that's why I didn't get them. I just got a set of like Nike. They're like this trainer shoe that they have, and it was
the
like
Metacons, like the Metacons or something.
I don't know what they're called. I can't remember what they're called.
Got you.
But yeah, I use those. I mean, because they're pretty flat and they're designed to where you can run like short distances with them. Like I might run a mile after I work out, but that's about it. Mm-hmm. But they're good for that purpose.
Got you.
I heard those the ones with the toes in them don't do anything.
No, they don't.
Those
and they actually have a lawsuit against them, I believe. Oh, nostalgia purposes. I read this today.
Okay.
Did y'all ever watch You Can't Do That on television?
Yes.
Do you know a bunch of those kids are suing that show because that slime made them sick?
Wasn't Alanis Morissette on that show?
Yeah. She wouldn't participate in the slime stuff. But
really?
Yeah, a lot of them because it made them sick, and it said it paralyzed the side of one of the adults' faces.
What? You
can Google this. Like
I am. Oh my god!
I was talking about it earlier today, and it's amazing. I used to wonder because it always bothered me. I always wanted to be on that show, but I was like, I'm not doing that. That's nasty.
Canadian.
But I thought it was like oatmeal with food coloring.
That thing was on for 10 years.
but apparently it was chemicals.
That's funny. I remember the producer guy used to walk out there. That was so funny.
And I think that's the one that's paralyzed on one side of his face.
Because he's the one that always got slide.
Yeah.
I mean,
Ooh, did I laugh? Yeah,
Yeah, you did.
Y'all go to hell. Why y'all laugh at that, man?
You can't do that.
I'm trying to see now.
Slime lawsuit.
Wait, no, he's dead. Wait, if that's the same guy, is he dead? Oh no, that ain't the same guy. I don't think so.
Oh, these are old lawsuits, but yeah, I never knew that stuff made him sick. I didn't know that was like legit chemicals they were pouring on people.
I mean, it's. I mean, that stuff's definitely not. It's not ice cream. I know that for a fact.
Ice cream. Sorry.
What was that about?
I don't know.
Something that 6-year-olds yell.
Hey, Ricky Smiley said that a long time ago.
I know Bernie Mac used to say about milk and cookies, but
cookies and shit.
Anyway, guys.
Sun's getting real. Sun's getting real low.
Don't listen to the media.
I mean,
please
watch
don't.
The news.
Please don't. If you do listen to the media, make sure you go to several outlets to verify and put those facts together.
Yeah, you kind of just got to take little pieces and make one long sentence.
Mm-hmm. That's what I do.
Yeah, I think at this point, man, it's like you pretty much are your own. Like you got to do your own research before you start posting stuff. Because I see people post stuff all the time, man, and it's like they'll post like, "Yeah, man, this happened." I'm talking about, and these are people who, left leaning, right leaning, whatever, and they'll post something about X. Like, there's this photo or this video going around about, I think like the first lady of Poland, like completely brushing off Trump. And yeah, if you only use the first 5 seconds of the video, but if you go 5 seconds later, then it's like, then it shows her shaking his hand. So it's like, you see stuff like that get spread around. And it's like, come on, guys, just do like a quick Google search. We'll take care of that for you. But anyway,
just read a little bit further.
All right, man. Well, what else you got for the evening?
Anything we missed?
I don't think so. I mean, at least not what we identified anyway.
Let me see.
I don't want to talk about Trump.
No, we're not. Nostalgia, April Fool's, Easter. Yeah, we pretty much. Yeah. No, I'm not talking about him. We did for a split second, but we ran away. Thank God.
Yeah.
He doesn't deserve 5 minutes this week.
Weiwei's new smartphone uses 3 cameras to take a picture.
Smartphone. I was thinking smartwatch.
I thought they were asking people not to buy Weiwei phones anymore.
That's what I was hearing.
Yeah, but hey, let's be honest. It's kind of like the whole thing with like electric vehicles and any piece of technology. Once it becomes affordable, that's all people care about.
Yeah, Huawei makes a great phone. Like to be perfectly honest with you.
But China, it's really it, man.
What you mean, but China? China put together everything. We should stop buying iPhones if that's the case.
Yeah, but who's gonna think about that?
People are idiots. That's where they're made. Samsung's probably made the same place for all I know.
Yeah, well, that's Korea and Vietnam, I think.
Oh, so they use China. Yeah, people pick and choose. If that's so, really the reason they're telling you not to buy a Huawei phone is because it's made in China.
Yeah, it's like Chinese government and all that stuff. It's the same thing that they had issue with Broadcom.
U.S. intelligence agencies warned Americans that they should not buy smartphones made by Huawei or its Chinese rival.
What's their Chinese rival?
ZTE.
Oh, ZTE is Chinese? I didn't know that.
Yeah,
ZTE make a shoot. That means all these people with prepaid phones are in trouble. I see a lot of ZTE prepaid phones out there.
They didn't have China, let's see. Top officials, CIA, NSA, FBI, and the Defense Intelligence Agencies testifies that Chinese smartphone makers pose a security threat to American consumers, though they did not offer any specific evidence. Let's just take their word for it, guys.
It's just like, hey, because reasons.
Okay, we're in trouble.
Yeah, well, I'm not.
Oh, I see. I see now. I see it now. I see it.
But yeah, I think we covered. Wait a minute, where's my screen?
Yo, we covered everything. I just looked. We covered every damn thing.
So yeah, we can reconvene next week. Come up with some more. I like this the way we did it tonight. It everything kind of flowed.
Yeah, it did.
So, if all hearts and minds are clear,
as far as I know, they are.
All right. Well, join us next week. Maybe Monday, maybe Sunday, depending on how we're feeling. Another edition of The Company. I'm Brian. That's Izzo. That's and we'll see y'all. Rich. Come out with some dancing names. Dancing names.
Nah.
Yeah. But anyway, subscribe. I made a new YouTube page. I'm gonna post a link on my social media sites. I want you guys to subscribe. I'm going to take all of these shows and put them on the new YouTube page. So look forward to that. And we're going to see if we can get some more of these podcasts set up in different areas so more people can enjoy them and view them and worship us in all of our gloriousness.
Oh, I don't say worship. Man. I ain't trying to be
worship me.
No.
Worship me.
No.
You're a dick.
All right. So anyway, peace, y'all. See y'all tomorrow. We'll see y'all next week.